And we are live just as soon as I turned the audio off on my Twitch. Didn't realize that I had that turned back on. Okay, now we are officially live. After a couple of weeks of technical difficulties, we're here. Cal is trying to play with new toys. I'm sure that won't turn out terrible for us all.
Well, I heard that you like to play games, Andy.
Yeah, I heard the word Andy in there. Seriously, that has to be like thoroughly tested to find out what's actually. I love voice mod, I do, but Jesse's the only person I found that can make it work right out the bat. And
That's because he uses it more professionally.
yeah, he actually understands all the details, and he probably sat down and worked them all out, unlike what I do, which is just test them in the moment. But we are now here for night 5. Does anybody actually remember what we were doing? I think we were going on our beach episode.
I think we have like 100 more to go till then.
Just because you see Alex in a swimsuit.
That would be scary.
I don't. I know what we're doing now. Oh, no. Last time we went to I believe, medical wing of the university under the watch of the Ordo, where we met Percy, a very curious maquette, and he told us to meet him in the sewers, that he was going to help us with a sewer crawl, in which we will hopefully not die. And there was also some possible connections with, I believe it was the Seven.
Yeah, I think it was like two different armies. The Seven was one of them.
Yeah, the Brood, could it be? I'm not sure. I know there was a second one, but I just don't remember the name. If they give it a name.
A blood red hand and the Roman numeral 7.
Yep. That's Nick speaking. Now Arthur's talking.
Carter, your little gift is packaged out in front of your haven. Inside, you find 4 vests of Kevlar body armor.
This open, kind of pack it into a duffel bag as I move off to meet the rest of the group. After putting mine on, of course.
Yeah. Where does everybody meet up? Because I do believe that Percy told you that he would be waiting for you at the entrance of the L train as it starts to go underground.
Yeah. Before I'll see you to wake up a little bit earlier, and before night falls, I will send a message. Essentially saying, should we send the letter to the Rat King, or do that after we finish our crawl? ? And send.
Is that a reference to again? The
Rat King is Maxwell, the Prince of the Undercity. And if you remember the session before last, he had given you an envelope, or at least he had given you an envelope to take up to Maxwell, the Prince of the Above. Maxwell, and when Maxwell opened up the envelope, it was chess movement directions.
Oh, I wasn't there for that. That's why I don't. Yeah, I'll just whatever you just send it now.
Oh, the problem is that it's supposed to be delivered, and we have a time frame to meet this other guy. So unless one of you is capable of waking up early enough to make the delivery and then make our other meeting, I'm gonna say let's stick to the timetable we've been given.
That's fair.
If one of you is
Yeah.
trying to wake up early, give me a resolve plus composure roll, and it is capped by your humanity. It's going to be an extended one. You have to reach your willpower in successes.
You have to reach your willpower.
I'm not doing.
Yeah.
So you have. Wow, that's almost impossible.
Yes. It's almost as if your very nature is one that says, "Do not wake up during there's any hint of daylight."
Yeah, I would have to get 3 successes to do that. I have 6.
Sure,
I have,
I'll do it. Since I already, I'm still on the bed when I sent that message, so I'll be the one to see. This will probably go horribly, as things go for me. Oh, willpower 3, not even close.
You gotta remember, it is an extended roll, so you have
Oh,
the
okay.
amount. You have the number of rolls equal to your resolve plus composure, so that's 4.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that extended roll part.
Ooh.
Yep. I got 2. Wow.
Strong. Can you do it?
One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh.
You. It's successes are 8s and above.
Yeah. I was like, that was so close.
question: if I was trying to get up early, I have 6 total in willpower and resolve.
And your successes that you would have to do is you would have to do equal to your total willpower. Nick had 3 willpower, and he didn't make it. You have 6. You would have you have a dice pool of 6 to do it in, and you would have a dice pool of 6 across 6 rolls. But you got to remember, you got to meet 6 successes over those rolls.
Me too greater.
If you want to try it.
Sure.
We needed 1.
Oh, what? One critical. That's 1 success.
So roll that 10 again.
Okay, second. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Roll that last 10 again. One more roll.
That's
All right. Roll that last 10 again. Oh! Roll that 10 again.
Burning all your luck on just waking up early.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Wake yourself up early and ditch down into the undersea, getting in through a sewer pipe that leads into a storm drain which then has an empty way from the railroad, from the underground system out into the old layers of Chicago underneath. You find yourself before the Rat King, Maxwell of the Undercity. And he looks you over and goes, "You have something for me?"
Yeah. Yawns. Hands in the letter.
He takes it very, very light-handedly, and his eyes come to yours. And he goes, "Thank you."
No worries. Yeah, oh,
And as he does so, his eyes just keep lingering to yours in a very disconcerting sort of manner.
I got something on my face.
I want you to roll your resolve plus blood potency.
0 plus
Oh,
5. Oh, good.
I just realized we sent him alone to the Rat King.
No, he went alone to the Rat King. We didn't tell him to do a damn thing.
I asked. I
Okay,
got no
then it's on you.
messages.
All right.
Ooh. So that's 4 successes. 3 successes.
I need to spend willpower on this real quick. Waiting for the dice to roll.
And there was the end of Alex's chest.
No. It is a tie. Your mind barely holds on as he whispers out to you, his eyes locking deep into yours, and you can feel his gaze pierce into your soul. The words holding a command, but it barely holds on. Doesn't take root, but you know that this was more luck than any sort of chance on your side. You should treat your elders with more respect.
Alex's eyebrows raised slightly. Noted. And he steps back.
He hands you one more envelope and goes, "For when you're next above, to give to the dear Herr Clark." And then he waves his hand dismissively towards you.
Alex takes the envelope and walks out. And as he walks out, he goes, "Fucking Christ."
Arthur would send a message like, "Anybody there?"
Right. So, where are you guys going to be meeting each other?
I suppose I'll wait like the first half hour more or less to see if I'll send a text grouping at my place before heading out.
Can I see if I can get a quick snack before I get there, or
Yeah, actually, that's a very good point. Everybody roll 1d10 and then add in your haven location and any dots of herd to the number result that you get.
I'm glad I put a point in Haven location.
Any dots of what?
Herd or haven location.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
Now, I do get a little bit for my coil of the blood.
Yes, yes, you do. So, because of how Coil of the Blood works, if I remember correctly, your resolve actually determines how many nights it takes for your blood points to go down. Am I
Yes.
correct?
So for me, that's another 2.
Yep.
So mine would be added 1 for Haven location. I don't know if Alter would go into this. I doubt it, but I mention it just in case. But that was 6 on my part.
I'm going to need to make a better way for actually, yeah, let's use that as a hard and fast rule. If you have Coil of the Blood, from now on, if you're a member of the Ordo Dracul, your resolve gets added into your die results. So that makes it much more intriguing for them because they've managed to subvert the the effect of the curse when it comes to needing blood to wake up. They bend it to their will and spank it. All right. So, yeah. You were wanting to roll for feeding first, right, Tyler?
I'm actually good. I have 10, so
Nice.
yeah, I'm very happy. Well, like I got a 7, and then I got bonuses. So
Alex is feeling a little peckish.
How are you going to feed, dear Alex?
The usual way, seduce.
All right, give me a presence plus. Oh, let's see on your sheet. Presence plus persuasion, adding in your seduction.
Would striking looks take into consideration?
Striking looks at level 4 adds +2 into social roles, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, seduction plus persuasion plus presence.
Yes. Presence plus persuasion plus seduction plus your +2 from striking looks.
So that's 11 dice.
Yep. You feed. You get quite full. Now it's 7 blood points. Bear in mind, though, if you get more than 5 blood points in a feed, that's going to have some repercussions later on that I will introduce.
No.
Because your average blood bag is about 7 health points, and it's a 1-for-1 on Vitae to health point when it comes to feeding off of humans. So if you're feeding off of people and you suddenly suck somebody for 5 blood points, they've gone into massive blood loss and push them into shock.
Oh,
Yes. All right. So you are all full for the most part.
Do I need to make any rolls?
Well, at 5, you're effectively at half of your blood pool. Well, just a little bit under half of your blood pool.
Yeah, I get +1 for Haven location, but that's about it. That's where my
Okay.
bonuses end.
Yeah, so you're about half. half of your blood pool. If you're wanting to just feed first, knowing that you're going into the underground and shit's been happening, that would be a good idea if you want.
Yeah, as soon as I send the message, getting together more or less in 15 in my haven, I will go out into a night. What day of the week is it? I believe it's Friday?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so
I'm not, as a GM, I'm not going to tell you what day of the week it is, just because you guys, if you
yeah, sure.
Sure. Like that actually happens.
Regardless, since he's pretty close to a bookstore, he will go there and essentially go as the late night customer and see if he can find any possible prey. And he will seduce him not with his wiles as Alex has done, but rather with his intelligence and his background as having a bachelor's in literature. He'll just say, "Oh, that book. I've read it, but its point of view on thus and thus," and he'll try to seduce him that way, in an intelligent way.
All right.
He's not a hunter. The opposite of Carter.
Give me a manipulation, because you're actually manipulating using your academics.
Yeah.
So it's.
All right.
Oh God! Something's just gone wrong with the wallpaper in the back in the. My wife is doing the wallpapering in the dining room, and I've just heard a loud scream of no, followed by a giant ripping sound.
Sounds like it's going well, at least.
I'm talking like a giant Darth Vader at the end of Revenge of the Sith. No.
Such a feeling. You know it to be true.
No, rip.
Okay, so give me a manipulation plus academics. And
right.
yeah.
Wow. All right. The dice have been so nice to me so far.
Oh, nice.
They are. Do I re-roll those 10s, or is that not necessary?
Please do.
All right. Nope. My luck is the same. 4 successes.
Your lick is all right. A bit woozy, but all right.
All right.
Oh, one success and massive blow.
How much vitae do we gain from that then?
You gain 4.
All right. Perfect.
The reason why I had you re-roll those 10s was just on the off chance that we then suddenly had a massive oops.
Which is very probable in my part.
So yes.
I have. Sorry.
Is Andy back?
Yes, I'm back.
Good. So you are all well fed and all ready to go. Where do you meet up? Do you meet Percy outside of the hall, outside of the I want to say glory hole, but that's actually the hole underneath a bridge that allows for boats to transport themselves in a city on a river. Don't.
Things have names just because they got turned into something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll just mute him until he's done giggling.
Let's.
I'm done.
Pretty much. Question, Carter, would you have given us the vest when we met at my haven, or when we meet up with Percy as well?
Oh well, if you guys are all meeting up at Nick's Haven, let's do that first.
All right. Well, I sent a message. I don't know if anybody's that
Yeah.
cooperative.
How close is Nix Haven, or do I know a close spot that we could meet up if Nix Haven is Nix Haven close to where we're meeting?
Well,
Um,
the entranceway to the tunnels of the L is located on the north side of town. Where exactly are you, Nick?
I am in an apartment building, like across the street from the university campus. So I'm not sure. I've never been to Chicago, so.
Bringing up a map of the Chicago area in 2005 right now, and my internet is not letting me load it. This is new. This is very bad. I can't. I do know that the the University in Chicago is located on the north side, if I'm remembering correctly. And in 2005, there was the entranceway to the L underground tunnels on the north side, not that far away from the university campus. And Percy does spend a lot of his time near there. Actually, let me see if I've got one in the Chicago book. Okay. Map. Maxwell, Nightshade. Albert Hillard. Nope. How the hell do they actually not have a map on here?
I'm going to see if I can pull up.
I mean, based on my limited knowledge of Chicago, yes, I believe that is the north side.
All right, I managed to find the map inside of the book, but you're probably not going to be able to see it all that well.
No,
it
not
looks
really.
yeah.
No.
So in University of Illinois Chicago is located in the Pilsen area, which is just off of Little Italy, near Garfield Park. Garfield Park does have an elevated train station. So yes, you will find it there. If you're just opposite the University of Illinois Chicago campus, which is just not that far off from the United Center, that will put you in the Pilsen area. So it's going to be about a 1, 2, 3, 4 city block walk. And we're talking about we're talking Chicago, which is measuring its city block distance is very similar to New York. So you're talking about a good 10, 15-minute walk.
Does that sound okay? I imagine being from there, I would have known this, I guess.
Yep.
Is that okay with you guys? A 10, 15-minute walk?
Let's meet out front. I have some equipment for you. I have some stuff for you guys.
Sure thing. If you got stuff for us, I think it's probably better to do it in a discreet location. So if we're meeting at my place, you guys can just come up. I think that would be better. I'm a little bit paranoid with prying eyes and stuff.
So we can put it on, when we get there and once we get underground.
That too.
Let's meet
Again,
out front.
it was more of an out of character question. If you're gonna give us in the Haven or when we're gonna meet up with Percy, so it's fine either way.
Yeah. So, just so that you know, they are just so that you know for ratings and stuff. They're Kevlar vests, which are located on page 170 of the World of Darkness core book. So the first number in front of the slide, and when you look at rating, 1 for 2. So it's -1 to somebody who's attacking you with physical attacks, like if they were stabbing you with a knife or if they were punching you or they were clawing you, and a -2 to if they were shooting you with a gun or a rifle.
Sounds good. Does it give us any armor or increase offense or anything like that?
That is what armor does. Armor gives.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Let's put -1, -2.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you.
What again? I didn't catch that.
They're a 1 over 2. So the first number of the 1 is the negative that they do to attacker dice pools if they're punching you. The second number is if they're like shooting you with guns, bows and arrows, a crossbow. Fortunately, if they're lobbing artillery at you, it doesn't work worth a damn.
Strange that.
A
Yeah,
mortar.
so
Both. World War II kindred.
They actually have-
they're out there.
Oh yeah.
they do have
Yeah.
rules for World War II and World War I kindred.
Alrighty. So, assuming I have the events right, I went to feed. I came back to my haven. We met up there. Carter gave us the Kevlar, and we're on our way to meet Percy. Unless I'm forgetting something.
Nope, that's everything.
And I
Did
basically,
Alex stop giggling?
I head straight over.
Yes, he has.
And
Also, as Alex gets there, he hands over the letter.
I just look at it like, this is annoying, and I hand it over to Ragtag. Not wanting to deal with this.
What did you hand over to
no.
me?
A letter.
The letter that the Rat King gave to Alex, that he gave to me, that I gave to you.
Why are you giving it to me?
Because this is starting to get annoying.
we'll deal with it later.
Yeah, but you're the guy who likes to
Yes.
talk to people.
Ironically, that's actually not true. But I'll keep it either way. I put it inside my coat.
All right, and hopefully our game master or storyteller, whatever his title is, will be back shortly. Because the internet hates my games, and it doesn't want me to have fun.
That is the same with mine.
After I've
I-
handed out the vests, though, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna need those back once we're all out of the sewers. This is a
Loan.
loan.
Fair enough.
It doesn't matter if there's tatters left. I need to get them back.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll try to take advantage that now the storyteller's in here to kind of buy time. I look over at Carter. Did you or Ashley tell you anything of importance after last night?
Besides, there's not much known, unfortunately. With the threat, with the 2 or 3 possible threats inbound, the clan is preparing. But besides that, she has her own job to do.
Sure. Seems to be picking up some speed, whether this is connected to Mary's portents or not. Things are starting to heat up
I feel
quickly.
like there's too much at once for this to be a coincidence.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately, I'm not
for
gifted.
sure.
I'm not gifted in such skills, but learn to rely on them.
Our instincts are probably our best gift at this moment. I haven't been able to glimpse much. I try to see what we were going up against now going into sewers, but I wasn't able to pick up anything. Granted, I'm nowhere near the talent of Mary or even my own sire, but I was hoping for at least something to say. Hey, they have big guns, but no, nothing. Just the events of yesterday that this flame thing is starting to get serious.
I think we're as well equipped as we can be for this.
Yeah.
And
There's no harm in being prepared. I doubt this will go smoothly as ever. You just don't gain anything from no risk.
I get this big smirk on my face. I'm like, it's been a while since I've been able to truly stretch my, and I kind of pop my fingers.
I bet it has.
Well, you know me, I'm always up for a fight.
Arthur raises an eyebrow at Alex and goes, if Carter makes the first move, you have the green light to fuck shit up.
But if I run, the odds are we all have to run. If we run into
I'll be the guy either in the middle or the guy in the back. Most likely.
if we run into powerful wizard or
Wait, what? Like, you see a visible look of shock on Alex's face.
wait,
And then Ragtag just literally disappears
don't know
from
mages
you
exist?
after all this.
there are humans with incredible powers.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's true.
They literally bend reality to their whims.
The closest thing to a wizard in this day and age was
This
very
is
old
also
virgin.
true.
Sometimes. Then we also have to deal with the possibility of moonwalkers.
Well, you have to fight Michael Jackson now.
That is actually something we could take at. Speaking of moonwalkers, last night when we came out of the university, I'm not sure if you guys could have seen it, but I did see these kind of ethereal forms. After consulting with Ashley, she helped me realize that these were actually this is where the storyteller can correct me if I'm saying anything wrong, but akin to spirits of the land. And she told me that the wolfmen, for lack of a better term, are more attuned to that, and probably running into them could help us if we stay our ground. And I give a firm cold look at Alex. They can actually help us find a little bit more of what is actually going on. If not, that's best. And we could probably find another way to communicate with them. But for now, no attacking mages, no attacking wolfmen.
Who the fuck can I attack then?
Yeah. Sewer rats. There we go.
Either kindred or defend yourself if they attack first.
Fine,
Yeah.
fine.
If you get that pit in your stomach when you go up against a kindred, don't attack. Right? Like, if someone seems bad news like Solomon, don't attack.
That's one reason I wanted Solomon here.
To even the score.
Hey, you see him
Exactly.
crack his knuckles. Let's get this show on the road then.
Yep. We're doing this talk, I assume, as we're walking towards there to buy some time.
Yeah. As you walk through the city streets, there seems to be a cold chill to the air, which is very unusual for this time of year. At least you think, possibly. It gets darker and darker across the streets as you come closer and closer to the L train's tunnel entrance. The man from the other night stands outside of the outside of the chain link fence and chain link door that leads to the entranceway. Keys swinging from a lanyard at his hand. He's dressed in business casual for some time around about the 1950s. A nice A-line suit. But his movements are quick, paranoid almost, as his eyes continue to dart around, never blinking in the sodium orange streetlights. He came.
We keep our word.
Of course.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Lead the way.
Grabs the rusted padlock in hand as he jams the key into it and twists. There's a loud pop before the gate screeches open, and he pushes and he leads the way inside. There's the slow, wet patter of a drip leaking into the tunnelway beyond, which is pitch black, save for a few lights. At least it would be to those who weren't the kindred eye. He leads you inside, and your footsteps echo through. I'm searching here for the past 5 years, trying to find what I was working on before. Hopefully this time, tonight, we'll be able to find it.
Back today, so that should help. So I have been interacting with the woman that's in a coma. Like, I've met her, I've been with her. Could I try and just keep half an eye out for any of her scent or any of her, like, anything I can pick up that would remind me of her?
You can try. It's going to be at a -5.
Ooh, yeah, maybe not then.
Now that
So
we're down
we're-
here, do I need to roll for Cloak of Night, or is that more of a contested thing?
You can roll for Cloak of Night, but generally, because of the fact that you're in such a dark area, the bonuses to it are pretty much like a +5, because you're in almost absolute darkness.
Okay, I mean, like I said, for me, I'm definitely walking around with it. I just need to know if it was something I needed to bother rolling.
Not at the moment. No.
Okay.
So, yeah, from every discernible sort of mind's eye picture of the scene, there's only 3 people who meet up with him. nobody else can really remember that Ragtag was ever there, if he was there. Even then, when it comes to your thoughts back on Arthur, there's a bit of sketchiness there as well. I'm not exactly able to pick up fine, definite features that would lead you to just instantly recognize that it's him, save for possibly some mannerisms of speech. And Ragtag is just gone. One of the wonderful things. Are people sending me messages?
I mean, I'm not.
No.
I try to say everything.
Yeah, I guess we'll start heading down. Do we have any like? Did he give any idea of what direction where he has looked, where he's not wanted to?
He's traveling with you.
Perfect. So, is there any area that you find yourself driven away from, or you find yourself looping around?
I find myself looping around the underway of pretty much this entire area of Pineley. But no, there's not really been any place that says to me a do not go. I just get during certain sections around here, I get a feeling like as if I'm being watched. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Is it always the same area?
Yes. Yes. As so far as I can tell.
Do you have any idea what's above or below that? What's above that spot?
I figure is above it is an old occult bookshop. It's been shuttered for years, though. It's in the old Polish section of town.
Think it might be some wizard did something?
No, they tend to keep themselves pretty spattered about. The majority of them like to hang out around the university. A few of them out near the National Guard area. And the only reason why I'm able to access the L tunnel like I am is just because the moonwalkers tend to just like me as much as they do.
Hopefully they'd be inclined to help if we run into them then.
It depends if we run into some that they call the Elidoth, which, according to their sort of rights, are those who are the half moon. But if we run into anything that associates themselves as the peer, we should fucking run.
Fair enough. I wouldn't assume that they would spend time in the sewers. Doesn't seem like their type of forte.
They go wherever their calling calls out to them the most. They're not necessarily bound by the same rules as we are.
Fighting against their great darkness.
Oh no, they're more dealing with the fact that they keep talking about the moon, about Mother Luna, and Father Wolf, or that kind of stuff. how the world was split asunder. I swear to God, talking to them is like as if you're talking with New Age hippies, just with more of a militaristic bent and wanting to destroy the world.
I gotta get a when he says like Milton hippies, I just gotta get a small smirk, cause. But yeah, we'll just continue. I am gonna actually.
Before,
Yeah, I was just actually about to walk up to you. So
yeah, if Carter's walking up to me, I'm just gonna be like, I I get the feeling that maybe maybe a pair of us should actually check out this occult bookstore. It it seems a little off to me that that's just over the area. Percy just keeps circling around.
you might have
Maybe
already.
we find nothing, but I'd like to cross that off. I go to Percy. Percy, have you checked that? Have you been inside that bookstore you keep mentioning that is above where you keep circling around?
Yeah, it's located right up over it. It's not.
Have you ever been inside and I don't know, check the place out?
Nope. Much as I've tried to, there's no real way to access it. It's bordered and shuttered up, and once you try to get past the plyboard shuttering, you're hit with iron grating. The doors are welded shut as well.
That's quite a fair bit of.
All right, sounds good.
Can you?
That's a lot of protection for a simple bookstore.
I agree. Is there any way you could do a ritual, see if you can get a better idea of where it might be down here?
I tried yesterday to kind of locate the reliquary. And this is something I actually wanted to mention before we started going. There was something interfering with my divination to try to find this reliquary, which means there's a very good chance that something is in contact with it, or there's some type of, I don't know, magic or something interfering created by someone much more powerful than me. So that raised some alarms.
Storyteller, would I know anything about an abandoned building that was this heavily welded and fortressed up from like rumors or anything? Because it seems like people are going to tell stories about a place like that.
No. Oddly, you've never heard any stories about this place.
Is it actually odd to me, or is that just a phrase you're using? Like, do I think it's suspicious I haven't heard of this place?
You think it's suspicious.
Okay. Then I'll have to fade back into view to say, because I think if I talk, I'll become visible anyway. I'm going to say, hey, Musclehead, let's go rip the door off. Because I forgot your actual name, so I'm just going with Musclehead. Look, I should have heard of this place, and I haven't heard of this place. So let's go rip the door off and see what's in there.
I think maybe I should go up there, in case we run into some voodoo stuff up there. Just to be safe. Besides, if anything happens down here while we're waiting for the above crew, I'm useless in a fight. I can slap a guy. That's about it.
You'd be surprised how freaking that could be.
Preferred. Agreed. Prefer not to split up.
Yeah.
Percy just looks at you all and goes, "But my lab was down here. If you're wanting to go up there,
I don't think this. I agree with Percy. I do think, but we might be able to.
Let's. I propose the following. We scout out the area Percy has been searching for. How many years? Let's try to find it through this crawl. If it passes over a day and we're still not even close, the next night I vote to go up to see the store. I'm just. It seems to me that it's not a coincidence, but I say we could try scouting down either way.
I'll leave this decision making to you smart folks.
All right, but you've been running in circles more or less for 5 years. Does that not seem like could they have moved your lab, or could they be concealing it with something up there?
Let me just say this: if somebody has found my lab already, then I'm screwed. You're not waking up. You're not waking up our dearly beloved dreamer, and our dear friend who is now potentially forever in a swastika case is never going to have anything to be able to help him.
All right, then we assume it's still down here.
Yep.
So
Let's go with that.
What do you remember of your lab? You know that it was. Just refresh us as we walk. I'm just like, could you refresh us? Is there a specific type of stone? The age of these pipes can change.
I had several bits of lapis lazuli strewn throughout, making several different altars to Hathor, Bast, Osiris, coupled to Set. It was all very, very much in dealing with my rituals for making the reliquaries. There was a basalt sarcophagus in the middle of it, along with my alchemical lab station. Several other odds and ends from long before.
Do any of these materials he's mentioning, the sarcophagus, the lapis lazuli, these altars to these Egyptian gods, does that, beyond just a recognition, oh yeah, Bast was god of this and that, does that call to my attention anything specific, as in a ritual or of some kind or something to that effect?
Bast and Hathor were both ancient Egyptian. Oh, actually, give me a wits plus occult roll.
Okay, 2 successes with a 1.
The one doesn't matter. It's only if you're down to like just rolling one single die that one matters.
All right.
And even then, it's a chance die, so you'd have to be like completely out of a dice pool and then just going off of luck.
I've had that experience.
Occult-wise, you know that Hathor and Bast were ancient Egyptian gods of protection and specifically family, and Set being, depending upon which era that you're dealing with, a god of kings and the god of chaotic disruption.
All right. As we're walking towards, I'm gonna keep heightened senses on alert just in case I pick up anything out of it. I want to be able to anticipate the coming of people if I'm able to.
Is there, Arthur? Is there any? There would be a fair bit of magic and rituals going on. Is there any ritual you can do that, or anything he could do? Because if this phylactery is a part of him, could you involve him in the ritual to help find it?
Well, that's just the thing. When I did, I couldn't get a beat on it because something was interfering with the ability to pinpoint a location, even a general location of it.
Would that
Maybe using Percy that could help finding his. I suppose if you were to compare Mary with Percy, Mary, no offense, Percy, would be more important, and therefore her phylactery would be the most protected.
Is there any? Would you be able to, because this is cloaked somehow, is there any way to tell where that cloak might be, or at least an area?
That's beyond my abilities, unless the storyteller says otherwise. I believe that's beyond what I can do.
It's beyond what most can do.
Would I know that?
Yes, you would.
Okay, it's beyond what most can do. So, my guess is someone really, really probably could take all four of us on is protecting this phylactery.
They won't come to that.
Nick, can
No.
you do a perception check of wits plus composure? Add in your dots and aspects.
All right, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's one. What a shitty pool. No, only 2 successes.
You and Percy at the same time catch the scent of brimstone and cinder in the air.
It smells like brimstone.
That's new.
Let's check it out.
Stay on alert.
Yeah, I don't know. How wide are these? Can we stand side by side? Is it a 1-to-1, like a line?
It's about 2 people wide, so you're standing side by side, essentially.
Okay. Then I'm
Right.
I'm definitely near the front as physical backup if we need it. And I'm guessing the other front line guys either behind me or.
Yeah, I'll stay more or less in the middle.
I'll probably take the back since I can do melee and stay hidden.
I get it.
Yeah, Nick, Percy's going more animalistic in the sensing of this. He's bobbing and weaving his head like a snake that's caught a scent on its tongue and just is very curious about what it's finding. You're noticing that as you walk around, you're actually able to almost trace it like it's coming from a very certain direction. Your senses being as heightened as they are, you can feel drafts just brushing through.
Are we
I'm gonna
picking up?
activate aura sense because I don't want to be surprised by any werewolves, kindred, mages, spirits, anything. Because if something surprises me, I'm screwed.
And I'm on a swivel, but I don't have any supernatural stuff to keep an eye out.
No, I'm saying behind Carter, but close enough that I can essentially be the telescope that he needs to like relay information. Hey, there's a draft going west. About 50 meters forward, there's a dude.
Oh God, run!
Wait, what?
No.
No. Yeah, no. Do I need to make a roll for aura sense or not at the moment?
Not at the moment. You and
Alright.
him are just sort of going back and forth, and just really having weird sort of feelings about what's going on.
The drafts. Do I see? Are there just one collective draft that, or is it just more dispersed?
It seems like one collected draft, but you're not like the more that you try to pinpoint where it's coming from, the less that you're able to really figure out what's going on.
I'm actually trying to see where essentially the flow of this smell, if I can. I know it's very dispersed and I can't find the origin, but I at least know essentially the path it's taking.
It seems to be going deeper into an area. It seems to be going deeper into the area of the city that he was describing before, where he was talking about it being just a circle and circle that would lead him back towards that occult book play, that occult bookstore being the center of.
Okay. As we're,
Alright.
are we at that spot yet?
No, you're not there yet.
Okay. I am gonna. Could I roll a perception just to see if I can like hear anything else down here besides the dripping and the.
Yes, you can. Give me that at a -3.
And what would that be?
Give me that roll at a -3. It's a wits plus composure -3.
I'm going to use willpower on this. So -3 plus how much for willpower?
Willpower gives you a +3. Unless it's on a resistance check, at which point it becomes a +2.
That is 2 successes.
So you're listening out for other sounds. You can catch something under the echoes of your footsteps. Something is definitely, possibly, hard to tell, but there's definitely something else walking down there with you guys.
Kind of very quietly, just gonna be like, we may not be alone down here.
I'm already on that.
I'm actually going to like pull out a piece of paper and a like just a notebook. What if you said this area was curving? What if it's making a sigil underground? Have you tried mapping the area?
I have. I just keep getting a spiral.
Does that track with any type of occult symbolism? if I can, I want to try to see if it cross references with any Egyptian symbolism. Since you mentioned Bast, Seth.
Or if there's any protections or anything that could lead to you having that effect.
Give me an occult roll. What's plus occult? Because you're trying to figure it out off the cuff. So it is to be what's plus occult.
I will re-roll that 10. It's 2. No, 2.
You don't know of anything in ancient Egyptian mythology, but spirals do have an occult lining with descent. And there's also, in most Western European cultures as well, they are used for protection in life in most Asian cultures.
All right. Percy, you said these tunnels just keep going in a spiral, right?
Yeah, the pattern that I keep following is a spiral. Now that you mention it, you guys can all feel like as if you've just been walking in a circle that seems to be enclosing itself, even though the tunnels are just in a straight line.
Have you ever been to the center of said spiral?
Never been able to get to it.
Why is that?
At some point, it just loses focus. Like there's something there that I've not been able to see.
That's a good place to head to then.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to hold up one of my fingers and do a little mark along the wall with, like, you notice one of my nails is kind of longer and sharper. I'm not using my full ability, just I'm marking the wall every once in a while as we go. And just keeping an eye out for it popping up again or anything.
Yeah.
Pardon?
So I think I'll to be safe, Carter and Alex, maybe you two should go in front just in case something attacks us from front. Me and Percy will stick to the middle so we can advise if we see anything. Ragtag, you go behind us because I don't know where the frick you are, and probably nobody else can. So, you could probably check our rear.
He's probably already back there, to be fair.
But unless you're adding like a +5 to that, I figure you guys at least know I was there. But that's a new one for the moment.
You did speak out loud, so you were there for a moment. Now you've just disappeared once again.
So let's keep going.
I guess since I have aura sense on, I guess I could see him through that.
You've got your aura sense deals mainly more with living entities and the unliving entities, so it's more watching the spiritual energy come off of someone physical. But because you do have your heightened senses up, give me a perception check, and as well, Carter, give me another perception check.
All right.
Do I still have the wisdom on top of the willpower on top of that, or no?
No.
I'm gonna burn that.
So perception is wits plus composure.
Prospects.
I don't. Oh, that rolled it wrong. Sorry.
Don't worry about that.
10.
Oh wow. There we go.
One success out of 7.
All Arthur, give me a Clash of Wills roll. Carter, you notice that your mark is repeating. It's not just the fact that you've made it and then you've seen it again. It's like there's a pattern.
So, just to make sure I'm doing the roll right, how Clash of Wills would be my aspects plus wits and composure as well.
No, it is your aspects plus your wits plus your investigation.
So that's still 5. Yes, it's still. I don't think cryptography goes into it, so it's pretty much the same roll. 70, 10. It's holy crap. Yeah, 1 success.
You could spend willpower on stuff. I don't know how many willpower you have, but
I got 3, so I have to spend them wisely.
A section of wall becomes very noticeable to you. And then while it was where you noticed that it was wall once before, it's now a door.
Hold on, my dad got locked out of the house. Give me a sec.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real fast.
See, everybody disappears when I leave.
yeah, not everyone, but
But since we're in between things, I wish I had the ability, and I probably do if I could figure out, how to do everything through OBS, to actually be able to press a button whenever I'm obfuscated and actually disappear. But I get the feeling I would need a more complicated setup for that.
fair.
Sorry about that. My dad literally forgets something every time he goes out. This time was the keys. Alright. I will, very cartoonish, as soon as I see that, like, look over there! And point to a section of wall. I don't have any chalk on hand or anything, but I'll try to trace at least one of the sides of the wall that
Is the
I've
DM
seen.
here?
Well, storyteller, I know I didn't specify it, but I'd like to think that I would actually keep chalk for marking things.
Yeah, you guys can have that.
Okay.
Alright, so then I'll try to mark the borders with some chalk. At least the sides. I don't know if I can get to the top of it, but at least the sides.
Percy raises an eyebrow, but to you, Ragtag, Tyler, and Alex, it looks like Arthur's made a giant rectangle outline of a door on a section of wall.
We've been walking in circles. My marks keep repeating. I'm just gonna close my eyes and kind of rest my hand along the wall. Does it feel like stone to me? Does it, like, I'm gonna try to push into it, kind of, if I can.
To you, it feels like stone.
Can you see the door handle? Can you open it?
Arthur, you can see the door handle. It's rusted. Percy looks at you. He goes, I've never noticed that before.
It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. And I try to open the door handle. I give it a good twist.
It gives way, and you find yourselves.
I will like show. I'll try to open it, but like lean to one side so that Carter gets the first view in.
And if anything
I
goes
don't
wrong,
want to be the victim of a booby trap. Oh shit, maps.
All right, so which side of this are we at?
Yeah, do you want us to drag our miniatures in?
I have no furniture.
I think I'm the only one here that does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
just
we've
can't
gone this
find
long and we never had a map, so I didn't worry about it.
Yeah, and I
Same.
honestly can't find a proper, decent picture that represents what I think Arthur would look like, to be honest. I guess a Milo thatch would be like the best way, but just like vampired up. If this leads up to that bookstore, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like somebody didn't say, "Hey, let's just go rip the door off the wall."
Well, it's welded in. I think it would require a little bit more strength.
You got two super strong, and we just lost Kyle, didn't we? Yeah, you got two super strong vampires here.
Looks like it.
I'm pretty sure we could remove a welded door frame.
True.
Been quite fitting actually, considering I've had a song from the Labyrinth stuck in my head all morning, all day.
I'm gonna see if I can make a quick token or something.
I'm gonna make a quick token of my cigarette. You know what's feeling really sleepy today?
What's that? Sorry.
Is anyone else, I'm not sure about maybe weather, but I've been feeling really sleepy today. can't find these tokens for my Alex.
I can't quite understand you.
I can't.
I said I can't find these tokens for Alex. I'm trying to look at a certain character who may or may not slightly modeled it. I may have modeled Alex's looks off, but I can't find recent image from the comic books. And trying to find the token, but I can't find anything.
What I recommend is you
Yeah,
make your
me neither.
I'd recommend is make your own token. Look up like art people have done of the character.
I see good images in the TV series with the comics. So I'm just gonna. This is a temp image. I'm gonna use one of the TV images.
Yeah, I can't find a suitable one. Gosh darn.
A couple is decent. 1 second. You could just pale him up.
Oh, Cal is trying to send us a
He's
message
back.
from the ether.
As in, you're gonna die? Or.
Well, I don't know. The message didn't come through. I just saw him typing for a minute. It might be. We're going to end today's session here because he can't connect.
This fucking hurts.
Oh, he's waiting on voice mod.
Hello.
Oh, he's
Hello.
finally back.
Yeah. Because on top of my internet issues today, I have just been having the worst luck when it comes to my computer.
No problem. I've been trying to search for a decent image for Arthur, so.
I've uploaded an image of the person like Alex is loosely based off looks wise.
Oh, I'm just gonna post. You can make really quick and easy tokens here.
Oh, can you?
Like literally just drag the image file in and.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to find a decent enough picture.
No, I get that. I noticed his token didn't have any token.
Yeah.
Oh, poor ragtag.
Yeah, I felt like that was probably the closest for him. That, and I was just looking on Pinterest, not Pinterest, but Pixabay, which is where I get most of my images because I can use them in videos and everything. And that was like one of the good vampires that was right off hand. But I am Nosferatu after all. I'm not supposed to be pretty.
See this.
So yes, as I was saying, you find yourselves in an open room that's 2 hallways connected together. In the center of where you enter into is a geometric concentric pool with rivers that lead out. But this isn't water. It's glowing a blue, ethereal neon that gives the entire area a bioluminescent quality.
As soon as I kind of step in and give a quick, can I make another perception check to see if I can hear anything in here?
Yes, you can.
One success.
Tyler, you don't hear the footsteps anymore. What you do see, though, is that the walls themselves are covered in writing and hieroglyphs.
Do we all see this?
Well, if he points it out, yeah, you can make it out now.
All right. I am. I will. I can see if I can decipher any of them. I just so you're informed, storyteller. I do have specialization in anthropology and cryptography, if that helps.
Yes, cryptography helps.
All right.
She's about to go wide once he notices this as well.
Mean anything to you, Purse?
We're here. But I remember.
This is your lab?
Yeah, but I remember fire and a collapse. But this is my lab. In Hull. What the hell?
Change your memories.
The only thing that could change my memories is if somebody altered them, trying to protect something.
I would guess a reliquary is worth protecting, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But why remove my memory of my entire lab and how and where it was?
You do it to yourself?
I've never had that ability. There's never
What?
been a recorded instance of a vampire being able to do it to themselves.
Well, what if they needed something from your lab as well, or they're actually using your lab for whatever thing a group might need it for? But I mean, it's private, fairly secluded, not well known.
Is
I
there
don't know
anything,
about you, but it seems like a perfect place to do some weird shit.
is there anything we should know
Oh,
about
I
this?
might relocate.
Is there anything we should know about this? Any security?
Traps.
Traps?
I didn't have much in the way of security or traps. It was mainly just alarms that would set off, allowing me to exit out when somebody got close by. This is more the fact that somebody was able to hide it arcanely the way that they have is, excuse me, much different from how I normally operate myself.
Which direction to your lab?
I think it's fair to assume that if they've been here that long, they probably have put in fail safes to people like us. So we should be on alert regardless.
Agreed. Which way to your lab? Is it to the north or the east?
My lab is to the north, but that way is just, that's just a flood control right there. And it doesn't lead into anything in particular.
I think we should already have established that your memory is not 100% reliable in this instance.
This is true.
Well, if you're going to fault my memory, then you should fault every vampire's, because apparently anybody can be taken and done
Okay,
stuff to.
let me try to rephrase it. Someone has already hidden something from you in plain sight. And it's you said it yourself, you don't remember this the way it was. That means that someone changed your memory of things. So we have to work on the assumption that anything you think you know, you don't know.
I start evaluating the hieroglyphs on the walls.
Give me a cryptography check.
All right. That would be investigation +1 from cryptography. And what else?
Wits. Your auspex does not add into this.
No problem. So that would be a total of 6. Come on, dice.
You glean nothing. You know that it's a code, but you glean nothing from it.
How large is it? Like, is it just continuing throughout, or is it like a very short section?
It's continuing throughout.
I'm just
will
gonna
take out one of my notebooks. I'll take out a pen, and I'm going to just start copying it to the best of my abilities as Ragtag is discussing this with Percy. And
well, I was
going to
ask, can I do anything to help decipher the code? Because I'm fairly smart.
Yep. See how we have another guy who did these rituals with us. Could they all work together to figure out what the code might be?
All right. Okay. Arthur's got a dice pool of 6. Percy's got a dice pool of 6. And you've got a dice pool of wits plus investigation of what? Andy.
Investigation is 5, wits is 3, so 8.
All right. So
toward.
because this is a teamwork role, what you need to do is you need somebody who's chosen to be the lead, and then you have the other 2 people roll their dice pools, and then their successes add into your dice pool.
Oh, I do have one dot in occult if that aids me at all as for this.
Nope.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
Maybe I should take the lead just because I have the specialization in cryptography.
That works.
If not, I can give you a helping hand with it.
No, I say the one who has the specialization should go for it. Because I just have a good memory and I know things.
All right. So I'll take the lead.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You get 6 dice added into your dice pool of 6.
I should let
Now-
you roll for me, Kyle.
Andy, do you want to roll your? Are you sure you don't want to take the lead? Because that would put your dice pool right now at 14.
The reason why I was letting him take the lead is because, one, it feels like it's just metagaming if, I just say I take it because I'm the smart guy, but he has the specialization.
Well, I also think it might be just you kind of like start taking the lead organically, maybe. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go with
Yeah.
that because, I mean,
It could be.
I literally was an investigator before, all this other stuff kicked in.
Yeah, I imagine like as I'm doing this, Ragtag comes along and Percy does, and I see Ragtag like doing it a little bit wrong. That's not how the sequence works. I'm like, no, because this goes here and that goes there, not the other way around. And
Do you want
I
me to
was
make your
essentially
dice
going
roll?
that way.
No, I'll make my own roll. I just need to make sure.
I'm asking Nick. Do you want me to make your dice roll for you? See how the dice plus me, right?
The dice have been screwing me since I was born, so let them screw me eternally. I'll roll.
It's at the
I
ground.
am half of Will Wheaton at this point. Because it's not all fails. I at least get one, but that's all I get.
All right. Make your dice roll 6 dice.
All right.
However many successes you get. Ooh! Roll that 10.
Come on.
Roll that 10 again.
Oh boy!
Oh, stop that. I'm happy just with 3. That's more than I've gotten to date.
You now have a dice pool of 17, Andy.
Okay.
Oh Lord. 17d10. The probability doesn't change, but
All right. I'm just making sure it stays there before I roll anything. All right. Rolling 17. 8 successes.
holy shit. How many of those 10s? You get whoa. You got 4 10s out of that.
Yeah, I think it automatically re-rolls those, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that
You guys want to see how many?
that was a pretty good roll.
Andy, are you giving your results out to everyone in the group?
Yes, because this is a group working on this, so I feel like it's going to be more natural for me to say what I'm seeing and then let them feed into that.
So, on top of the fact that you're saying it out loud, everybody here gets a point of occult.
Oh sh.
So add that on to what I've already got, or is it just one?
You all get a point in the occult skill.
I got 4 right now. This is oh shit. That's actually pretty nice.
Oh, that's my third mental skill that I got a point in.
Hey, I only have 3 in the mental skills as well, but one of them just happened to be a cult.
Is that point permanent?
Yes, it is.
Oh shit, my Gruak is going to be ridiculous.
Oh, that puts me up to 2 for a cult. I will soon surpass you as the wizard of the group.
Oh no, my job is in jeopardy.
These notes detail in full how to extract a portion of the soul in concentrated form into the vitae and seal it within a reliquary. It's noted that this is very special as a feature of Percy's own bloodline, and it goes into detail his experimentation with it on himself and how he managed to fine-tune it. there is mention of Maxwell, the Rat King, and several times that he used it for him during short torpors. That way he could rejuvenate himself. There are notes of Mary and of Percy and of and how they were in a coterie with the third, how the reliquaries are located in the alchemy lab. Which is located north. As well, the water here isn't water at all. Percy's notes detail that he was experimenting on it, and it seems to be some sort of concentrated essence that's not anything that he's ever noticed before and has ever been able to run across in his studies of occult. As you continue to read, you can hear whispers coming from the water.
Okay. Few things. First, Arthur is writing this feverishly down as Ragtag is saying it, as a script as he can be. Second, doesn't mention the name of the third in the coterie.
The name has been chiseled out.
I look at Percy, I'm like, you fucker.
North now. Get out the water.
Yeah, do I have a water bottle? Something, some type of receptacle that I can take whatever it has to put some of this special water in?
Do you carry a water bottle on you?
I don't think so.
Then you don't.
I'm just going to cup my hands and take a drink.
Make me a resolve plus blood potency roll.
I go next to Alex and point at Ragtag doing this. I'm like, see,
No, guys,
this is
guys.
what one does not do.
Sorry, resolve plus blood potency?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I have nothing to lose. I'm already, damned and dead.
Oh, I'm just trying to teach Alex some stuff.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
That's a good amount of successes.
Right.
Ragtag,
9 versus 4.
the second that you swallow it, your mind just goes bye-bye, and everything fades out into a blue fog, and you can see everyone around you, and you're standing outside of your body. What you guys see is his eyes go completely black, and his skin goes ebon, and he's standing statue still, and he begins to speak.
This one is a good vessel at this time.
I disagree with you. That is not a good vessel.
Looks over to its right. You have no say or talk. Besides, you will return.
Andy can't understand what you're saying.
This one has no say. You partook. Besides, you will return. It motions across the open air from what everybody else can see. But Andy, you can see that there's a silver chain that attaches your form as you are to where your body actually is.
Look, I've been trying to fix that vessel for a while now. That's all I'm saying.
And you are.
This vessel will do as I say.
Can't hear a thing you just.
Yeah, the background was way too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said before, this vessel will do.
Seriously, turn the music off because that's just messing with it too much.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
I
that.
know you're trying to go for the dramatic, but it takes practice.
Yes, it does. I need much more. But yes, as I was saying before, this vessel will do. It looks to Percy. You return. Because, yes, who are you? It points to Arthur and Carter and Alex. And yourself, Ragtag goes. I have been waiting for them. You are here. At last. You come for me.
Wait. Do I recognize that voice?
Yes, you do.
Do I recognize it from a similar comatose person? Or can you?
Yes, you do.
Come to you up.
Arthur just like freezes from hearing that voice and paying very close attention.
Come to wake you up.
Do you know what will happen once I'm awake?
No. We have you.
I think I've seen a glimpse of more or less what will come after, yes. Or at least it's a theory.
You will have to hurry. The creature points down this hallway. Just follow down. Be careful of them. They are here.
Do you mean... Whom do you mean by them?
While you're asking that, the skin returns to Ragtag's normal pallor, and the eyes return to normal. And Ragtag, you are jettisoned back into your body.
Fuck, you couldn't wait 5 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think that I have control of the out-of-body experience?
Guys, we're not
When
alone
you are
down
possessed, you let yourself be possessed for longer.
No, there was no let. This was happening to me. I was not controlling it. And I just head off down that
You
direction.
just see this frustrated look on Arthur's face, like, damn.
As you try to pass me to move further down, I'm just gonna kind of rest my hand on your shoulder. I'm like, we're not alone. Cautious. There's something down here I think we might have to get past.
Really? You think the fact that they just, and by they, I mean the random voices coming out of me saying that they were down there waiting wasn't an
Yes.
indication?
So let's not go storming off
Just-
ahead alone.
And
Like,
I use Cloak of Night again.
And be quiet, because he now can't see Ragtag, probably.
Well, with only 2 successes, you know what happened to me. That wasn't enough to
Well,
blank
yeah.
out your memory.
all right, I am going to start moving forward, but quietly if I can. Ready for.
I'm gonna follow about, let's say, 5-6 feet behind Carter, stealthily.
Alex is gonna follow the closely behind Carter.
The entire area looks like as if nobody's touched it for a few decades. But it's still pristine, like nothing out of place. Percy just holds at the entrance, like as if something is holding him back from going forward. His eyes very anxious.
Can you help us, Percy? Or are you stuck?
I'm stuck. I can't go.
Would it help if you took a drink of the blue water?
Maybe not. I am gonna kind of gently see if I can pull, but if it's very clear he's being like pushed back and it's not just
Yeah, the second that you try to pull him, it's not like as if something is just pushing him back. It's like as if there is a solid wall just preventing him from going forward. Like the second that you grab hold of his arm and try to pull, there's
no getting him through that. Okay.
no.
I'm gonna try to walk past from that point to see if we can get through that.
Oh no. Well, see now I reached out to grab him. We can leave. He just can't enter. And I'm gonna start quietly moving ahead.
Arthur, in your vision, because it's enhanced, you can see that as Trevor tried to pull him through, there's like flashes of light and slight sigilling that fades very quickly as soon as Carter lets go of Percy and stops trying to force him through the wall.
Wait, Carter, do that again. And I step back from that wall and just observe that area. I'm trying to see if the glyphs appear again. Try to see if I can identify or recall any information about them.
Alright, I'll do it, but I'm not forcing it,
No problem. He takes out his notepad and is ready to write down the sigils. He's like,
They're odd. Very odd.
they don't seem familiar to anything I've studied, anything I've been taught.
I'm sending you over a picture.
All right. Yay.
And since Radhake's effectively invisible, he's just going straight on as far as he can.
Yeah, I don't want to take too long on this, but
Oh, so it's just one big sigil, or that repeated?
It's that repeated.
I'm gonna make sure Arthur sticks with us. Arthur?
Give me a sec. I'm gonna try to see if I can recollect any information at all. If some symbol seems familiar to something else, if I've seen that before, if I've seen anybody sporting that, whether in a book, on their clothes, as a tattoo, anything of that sort.
Give me a wits plus a cold roll.
I imagine divination does not come to this. Well, that plus cult helps. It's plus a cult. Well, still. Can I use willpower on this?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm wasting a willpower. So that would be a total of 10. Please don't fuck me, dice.
Oh,
That is horrible.
It's faint. The deep recesses of your mind, your studies, your university, it says something Atlantean. Or at least a language that was called Atlantean.
All right. In my notes, as like I said, I'm drawing this sigil to the best of my abilities, and before I'm just gonna put Atlantean question mark and like 5 underlines below it. All right. You can stop that, Carter. Now let's just go. Sorry, Purse.
I nod and kind of quietly move forward with you to catch up with the others.
Where you guys come into at the end of the hallway, it looks like a giant valve control room. And there are several areas that look like as if they were at one time or another used for extraction of the liquid and testing it in alchemical purposes. This is just a giant alchemy lab as far as you can tell, but with valve controls, like as if this was at one point or another part of the storm drainage system.
So this is the alchemy lab, or this is part of an alchemy lab?
This would be the alchemy lab.
So their phylacteries are here in this room.
Possibly.
I'm unleashing aura sense on this place. Like the second I do we realize it that it's an alchemy lab, or is that just outside information?
No, that you realize it's an alchemy lab.
All right. The second I realize it's an alchemy lab, I'm just gonna activate aura sense for anything. Specifically, I'm trying to see if it can sort of pinpoint baddies and lost phylacteries.
Roll your roll for aura sense at a -3, please.
All right.
Willpower,
So-
maybe? You gonna burn a willpower?
I
this or
was actually thinking about that. I want to make sure so intelligence, empathy, aspects.
-3.
So that's
So if you
4 to 6, and I have 2, so that would be 8. Oh, I've been calculating it wrong all this time. I have a question to refer as to mechanics. What happens when you use your last willpower point?
Nothing.
Okay.
You just feel tired.
I don't want to use it because the dice have been fucking me all session long.
don't you said you had 3, don't you then have 1 left after this
I
one?
wasted 1 just now, so
I know, but then you'd have 1 extra one.
yeah. Sure. I am succumbing to Carter's talk. I will use 1 willpower. So that would be 8. 8 minus 3 and then plus 3. So straight 8. If I don't get even 1 success on this, I'm gonna be pissed.
That fucking
Why?
that hurts.
Dude, it's only 1.
that
I'm just gonna give you guys the rolls.
You see outlines of dozens of people who aren't there. Your normal senses can't perceive them. Your heightened senses can. And because of your focus on them right now, to the spiritual side, the energy, you can see only outlines.
What colors do I see?
They are beyond even the pallor and paleness of a vampire. You see dozens of ghosts. This room is filled with the unquiet dead. And as your
I tap
attention
Carter on the shoulder and say,
turns to notice them, their silhouettes turn to notice you.
Being completely unaware of any of this, what does Ragtag know of alchemy and in relation to finding the reliquaries we're looking for?
In relation to finding the reliquaries that you're looking for, from the notes that you have, it's used in the part of the refinement process to bring it about. It's normally very ritualized. You recognize this as more of the scientific side of alchemy. This deals, from what you know of alchemy, as part of the Ordo Dracul, as more Ordo Dracul ritualization.
Okay, that was something I was also curious about. So this has to do with the coals in some way?
Not the coils. Blood alchemy in the Ordo Dracul is a study in and of itself.
Ah. Then I would be curious if there are any notes I might use later on.
Potentially. Depends on if you notice this. Is anybody actively breathing right now?
I am holding my breath, trying not to even make a whisper of a sound.
Considering I just don't think about it, I'm going to say no unless, for some reason I need to smell. And we're in a sewer, so I probably try not to, just out of habit.
I would actually be taking the occasional very subtle sniff. Like, not enough to make noise or anything, just to see if I can pick up on any scents or anything.
Alex is young and might actually be breathing out of habit.
Alex and Carter, even though you're dead and your bodies give no warmth to your breath, the temperature of the room is causing even your breaths to fog in the air.
But we have no natural body heat.
Yeah.
What do I know? Would I know what would cause this? And like, I know that Nick was like, saw ghosts. What would I know of ghosts?
Well, I just tapped your shoulder and say, maybe we should run. That's about it.
Yeah, Nick, as you speak and say that, your breath as it comes out is just a white misty fog.
What it like? Need that phylactery. What is it?
Part of a soul, if I'm not mistaken.
Anything we can do about it? Are they aggressive?
I look over to the ghost images. What is their demeanor towards us? Are they advancing? Do they seem aggressive? Are they seeing what we're going to do? Anything like that?
They're curious. Like they weren't expecting anyone to be able to notice them.
Okay, I will. More or less, where are the ghosts, or are they just everywhere?
They're everywhere.
All right, I will tap Carter shoulder and kind of go like, shh. Let me see what I can do.
Are you two having this conversation loud enough that I've heard it, or are you just whispering between yourselves?
Yeah, I tell that to Carter, and then I'm just gonna go back because I'm pretty sure like if I don't tell something to Alex, he's probably going to screw things up. So I'm just going to look back to where Alex is, tell him the same thing, and then I'm just hoping Ragtag has heard it at some point. And I will... Stupid decisions. I will advance towards the closest ghost. Very slowly. Watching if his demeanor changes, I will stop. But I will go to him slowly.
Their demeanor doesn't change at all.
Alright.
Very curious. You can't hear any sort of words being spoken or anything like that. You just see very faint outlines and silhouettes of figures.
From what I know about ghosts, are they capable of speech?
Ghosts can be capable of speech. They can be capable of interacting with the physical world. They can be capable of lifting up a human body and tossing it against walls. They're
Okay,
capable of almost anything.
All right, I will walk towards the closest one, and say, "Greetings and my deepest sympathies. I don't know what twisted mind has brought you to this state, or how you've become what you are right now, but if it possible in any means, we could use your aid." And I wait for the response.
I cannot give aid. I cannot do anything for you or any of them. You are lost and must find your way.
That is true. How is it that so many souls have been lost and are gathered around here?
We just come here, gravitating.
A calling?
It's where all things come in the end. Back to the water. Back to float.
Will you grant us a time of amnesty passing through? We do not wish to disturb at all. And our business is not nefarious.
We are caught between right now. We cannot touch you. You are free to move as you will. But they are on your plane. And they call to he who is on another.
Of whom do you speak?
His crown is like fire. His eyes of opal. He remembers and doesn't forgive. He hungers again.
All right. Very well. We will leave you, and we will do you no harm. And I give a very slight bow. And I will walk back to the rest of the group. The last phrase that he said, crown of fire, eyes of opal, remembers, does not forgive, he hungers again. Does that phrase, or could be a stanza, does that ring a bell of anything? A reference to crown of fire, a reference to eyes of opal, something that remembers but doesn't forgive.
Yes. The prophecy. The Prince of Flame. The unforgiving fire. It harkens back to the prophecy. Itches at it. The stanzas of it coming back to your brain in full. And as you finish your discussion with it, and you bow to it, something actually in your vision, which is piercing through the veil, reaches out and snuffs out that soul. It just blinks out of existence.
Do I see anything in that instant? The flicker of a brief aura, or a hand, or anything.
There's just a struggle and then nothingness.
Something that does not have. So, tell me if I'm misinterpreting this, but something that does not have a spirituality or a spirit.
Like a void.
Right. All right. Arthur's eyes are just like wide in unbelief of what he saw as he turns back to you. He's like, we can pass through. Let's go and let's hurry. But stay on your toes. Ragtag. Yo, bandages, where are you? I'm just looking around.
I'm still just looking around since I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't know anything about his conversation, so
All
I
right.
just kept looking around.
I suppose you're around. Follow us.
I'm not gonna go in, but I'm gonna look into the water and see if I can pick out anything. Like I'm looking for. I know what phylacteries look like, right? Or I would have asked him and for what their phylacteries looked like. Do I see? I'm just taking a look in the water, or the souls, I guess. Can you? Oh, the DM's gone again, I think.
No, the DM was fully expecting one of you to actually say something like that and was grabbing his prop.
Ah, okay.
You don't have video going, so we can't see your prop.
Yeah, you just completely silent and then nothing. I was like, well, the DM's MIA.
I am going to.
You see at the bottom of the pool a stuffed little piggy.
Would that be? Could that be the phylactery, or like, what do I know of? Did he? I would have asked what, like, I just don't remember from yesterday. What do the phylacteries look like?
They can be literally anything.
question: does first does Carter tell us that there's a little piggy at the bottom of the pool?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, there's-
Second, anything that Ashley has told him, an item of significance between him and Mary, something, anything, or would that not have come up?
If you've asked anything about, well, in regards to Carter and Ashley and Mary,
Well, yeah, it probably wouldn't have to do with us because I never knew her before then. It would have to do with her and her sister.
That's
Okay.
why
Has either of them ever? Well, has the sister ever mentioned, or have you ever heard of something that would make reference to this?
yeah, that's sort of what I was asking. If Ashley would have mentioned anything between her relationship to Mary that would imply some form of item of personal significance, whether before or after being embraced.
no, nothing at all. She wouldn't know what Ashley's phylactery, what Mary's phylactery would look like, even if Mary had told her that she was creating one.
And did the guy we were with remember what the phylacteries looked like? Because we would have asked him.
Percy doesn't remember.
Okay.
His memory was wiped. The weak bastard.
The controls over here, they look still functional, right? They look.
Ah. Yes, they are still functional. They're actually pristine while everything else in the area is slowly decaying to entropy.
You beat me to a punch. I was about to dive in.
I'm
not
not
like.
I'm not great with machines, so I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you kind of a nod. I'm actually gonna wander up here though as he's doing that and take a listen and in this direction just to see if I can hear anything.
Give me a perception check -3.
Now, here's the thing. Arthur's very curious about this pool because of what happened to Ragtag. He has an inkling that might be the phylactery or something random. And he really doesn't care what happens to himself in the search of knowledge. So, what would be the equivalent of a wisdom saving throw to see if he would dive into this pool of madness?
Oh, come on! Oh.
Well, see, this is completely up to you. None of you have the common sense merits. So if you're sitting there going, well, what does my character think? I can't tell you. You don't have the common sense merit.
Would
I
I have?
That's true.
I have placed
Would I have-
myself where I believe I was because I was wandering around during that whole ghost conversation anyway.
Would I have seen like the look in his eyes, like he's thinking of jumping in?
Oh yeah, most probably.
Don't. I'm gonna wander over and literally like grab him by like the shoulder. I'm like, no, this is maybe liquid soul. We're gonna get the machine to lower the liquid. That way we can get it. Are we clear?
Sure.
Unless you have rope, you can check the machine.
I got a notepad and a pen. That's about it. Oh, a knife.
Can
Kevlar's
I,
good against
from looking at the
ghosts, though.
controls, is there anything I can kind of intuit about how they function?
Ooh, yes. Intuitively, you can sort of figure out that they are drainage controls and gate controls. So it looks like each switch would be used to shut on a gate or to close or open a gate and then turn on a pump.
Okay. So
I forgot what my vice was, and it was greed.
if I close
This
the
can go
gate,
very bad.
then the flow of this blue water stops. correct?
It could potentially stop, yes, and then possibly be pumped out. Carter, you can hear footsteps coming from down that way.
I'm gonna look to the group and kind of like do like a person walking down there. I'm just gonna back up against the wall, like ready to fight if anything. What do I hear? Does it? Do I get the feeling this is kindred or?
No, you can't get that sort of feeling just off of hearing footsteps.
Okay, then I'm just gonna be ready.
They're growing fainter, actually.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
sorry.
be like, they're moving away. Be quiet. If we're gonna do this, let's. Do you want to keep moving, or let's try?
I'll just reappear and be standing over the controls. Like, I can just flip these switches and see what happens.
Could you, through like technical skills or whatever, kind of suss out what controls would do what, or?
Yeah, if I
Is it
flip
pretty-
this one, it closes the gate. I flip this one, it pumps out the fluid.
Is
I'm
the
gonna-
stuffed pig?
Would the pump
wanna see
pull
how-
the pig through? Because, I don't know how strong this pump is. Like, Andy doesn't know, but Andy isn't there
Well-
to see it.
There is a grate that is fine enough that it would actually keep the pig from being drawn through.
Where's the pig on the map, more or less? Like, ping it. Is it?
So either one of us is going to jump in or I'm going to flip the switch. I mean, you tell me which.
I say flip it.
Do I hear that?
Don't
I said it loud enough.
flip it. Flip the switch. Do not jump in.
But I'm good with
I
body
want that
language. Does he want to jump in?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then
Yeah,
I'll
it's he's not even hiding it. He's like,
yeah, then I'm just looking at Arthur. Are you jumping in or am I flipping the switch? I don't care which.
Arthur, give me a resolve plus composure roll to fight against.
I was waiting for that for a while. Well, it's better than it was in the first session. So, what can go wrong?
Because your rolls have
It's
been
4.
so good. Nice, actually.
Give me that 10. Give me that 10.
How is it that now I'm rolling? No, still 2.
Give me one more roll.
Another 4d10.
Yep, another 4d10.
Okay.
You pull yourself back from the edge as something about this just screams in your mind. That would be a bad thing to do.
And when I see him make
Arthur would
that
probably know
decision,
that,
I
seeing
flip the
what happened
switches.
to Ragtag, but he's like, doesn't really care. But yeah, he you see, guys control himself and kind of like reluctantly pull himself from the edge.
And then I flip the switches.
All right. As you're flipping the switches, you notice that it's acting sort of like a puzzle. Give me a wits plus investigation
Okay.
roll, and it will be, if you have the Enigma specialty, add that in.
I do not, so this will just be straight up 8.
Our rolls today have been just.
I've only done like 2 important rolls, but yeah.
I've done so many rolls and only 1 success on the majority.
Are you gonna burn a willpower? And I don't
No,
even.
It's actually, because it's a puzzle, it's actually an extended roll.
Okay. So I don't have to burn one yet.
You don't have to burn one yet. I will
Okay.
say this, though, it's only a 5 success threshold, so And you've got 7 more rolls to make that in.
Oh, okay.
Now, being that this game can be quite brutal, that could be a bit. But keep rolling.
Okay. That's 2.
Whoa, nice. You got it.
You've got it.
See, I'm freaking smart.
It drains away. You can now safely pick up a stuffed animal.
Okay, I'll pick it up.
Arthur runs and picks up the stuffed animal. He's not doing this nonchalantly. He runs to pick it up.
Am I closer?
DM's face is like, I'm so done.
Arthur wins out
Okay.
because he wasn't being distracted by the controls. As soon as
It was
as
just
soon-
to be petty anyway. It was just a pettiness question.
yeah.
Let me have my stuffed pig, man.
So yes, Arthur, you pick it up, and it doesn't have the weight of a stuffed animal. It
Have you?
feels heavier. Feels
And he's gone
Do I-
again.
Do I see any? No.
It's just great dramatic timing.
Da-dum, da-dum. The stuffed animal animates and eats Arthur up. So with us, Alex?
Yeah. This had literally almost nothing to do with the entire session. Standing around looking pretty.
Sorry, he's still in Twitch chat, so I'm trying, to. All he can say is that, well, he's checking to see if he was still in Twitch chat.
Is anybody keeping a watch on the north passageway?
I am.
All right.
Apparently, it's his Discord that's messed up. He's still with us in Roll20 and on Discord. I mean, not
Yeah, that's why
Discord, but Twitch.
That's why I'm up here, is to keep an eye on this.
All right. Just double checking. Arthur's very distracted at this point. I was so tempted to fall into there because that would have gone perfect with my vice, but I'm like, oh, Carter just beat me up if I get possessed.
Actually, just sits down, pulls out pack of fags and smoke. Bored. He was promised to fight.
I thought there was going to be a fight, like at least once.
Yeah, we all came prepared for a fight because it was supposed to be this insane group looking for the exact same thing, and then it's like a puzzle and a chat with a ghost and a slight out of body experience.
I'm not disappointed with having no fight. Arthur would just be like standing there like, hit
Yeah, I
that
mean,
guy.
I made us all smarter, so there's that.
Yeah.
I know that means. All right, hold on. Here's the description of the pig. There's a pained aura and a fearful and terrified sensation coming from the piggy, and pain. So
There's
much
a
pain.
what aura?
Pained aura. This pig is nothing but pain. A fearful
Oh,
and
shit.
terrified sensation coming from the piggy, and pain, so much pain.
Right.
Does that make it the phylactery? Is it a phylactery, or is it just like a artifact of some kind?
Or was that manifested goes to a pig from a slaughterhouse?
Arthur, upon picking it up, it feels like his arms and legs are broken, and his body twisted unnaturally, but he physically is unharmed. So you feel like someone has just twisted your body like a pretzel, but physically you're fine.
I will try to withstand the pain.
You're right there, mate.
Fine. Oh.
Unfortunately, this is also the part of the show where we learn that I am a slow reader. I worked doing audio production for a little while, and the boss there, that was his job. He could take a sheet of paper, read it once, set it down, and do the recording perfectly. I have to read a sentence 2 or 3 times before I can get it to come out as something other than gibberish. I might have some slight dyslexia. I don't know. I never got tested.
I'm wrong.
Unfortunately, we're also having to wait for him to read my messages and then respond back to me. So that's really slowing things down.
No worries. So Arthur's essentially getting the Cruciatus curse made on him by holding a stuffed pig. That sucks.
Okay, he's putting in another chat now. It could be the phylactery. I'm reading this for for Twitch. It could be the phylactery, may not be. The second that he fixates upon himself, it's very apparent that it's not causing him pain, but only showing the pain of whoever or whatever is connected to.
Huh.
And Carrie just told me that she is watching us on Twitch. Hi, Carrie.
Yo, Carrie.
Hey, whoever you are.
I'm about to be imploded. Cool. All right. Any...
Oh, Carrie, you know we're gonna die. It's what we do in games.
Technically, we're already dead, so.
She just got on just after I was about to fall into a pool of souls that possess you and try to eat you alive.
Nom, nom, nom.
And this is just really drawing out all the drama of the moment. And I have some food waiting downstairs, so I'm going to go and grab that. I will recap anything in text for those watching when I get back.
I'm typing this out. Gosh darn it. I
There's a pool bottle.
All right, I stuffed the pig in my pocket and get out of the freaking pool.
I lean over and help her off ramp.
He's just gonna be leaning against that wall, pretty much.
Alex offers a cigarette.
Shit.
He...
If you're there, Carter, then as I slink down onto the floor, he would probably tell you more or less what he felt when grabbing the pig to keep you informed. Ouch. Welcome to my world, Carter.
Oh, do you guys hear that, by the way? The footstep, or read that? The footsteps are to the left. Do you guys want to go down there, or?
I will.
Yeah. Yeah. Best bet. Let's go there. Let's keep a watch to our backs just in case.
I'm typing right now, so just give him a sec.
Yep. Oh, nice.
This is frustrating. It's a shame.
We have a bartering chip then.
All right. Does anybody want to recap this for the audience or anybody who just got
Sure.
back?
I held the piggy. It made me feel like my bones were being turned inside out in incredible pain. But the actual object was projecting to me the emotions of not the pain wasn't myself, rather than the pain of whoever was connected to the pig. I got out of the pool, sat across from where Carter was, edging onto the hall, and I told him more or less what I felt. And Carter more or less realized that that was probably the feelings Percy had when his soul was split.
So there are footfalls coming from that direction. Just letting all of you guys know.
Yeah, and there is.
So the bunny is the other guy that we've been. Fuck.
Percy? Or someone else. This game has too many secrets.
Sweet.
Kyle apparently isn't going to be able to get his Discord back tonight.
Wow, that's.
And so from what I understand, the pig apparently is Percy's soul. And did I hear something about a bunny?
No bunny.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought I heard something about bunny. Okay. So,
No,
yeah.
it's a piggy.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, Kyle is saying we're going to wrap up here tonight because he's not able to come back. So, let's just do a quick little bit. We're pretty sure that the pig is connected to Percy's soul, and you're still hearing footsteps coming in our direction, correct?
To the left of that corridor, yeah.
Okay.
So over here.
All right. So,
Yeah,
everybody
so-
just keep that in mind that Archis is finally going to get his fight in 2 weeks from the sounds of it. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's just been standing here watching us do nerd stuff.
Yeah. Nerds.
So I want to thank everybody for who came in to stop by and watch us here on Twitch and join us in chat. It's always great to see somebody, stop in and say hi. We'll be back next week with the Expendable Crew game where nothing bad could possibly happen.
Who knows what's going to happen in that game?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the bard goes around sticking his head into Mind Flayer trash just to see what happens. Anyway, we're going to end here for the night. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.